Everyone, I would like to call this meeting of the Sterling Heights City Council to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them courage and wisdom to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mrs. Riska. Could we please have the roll call?
Mayor Taylor, Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski.
Here.
Mrs. Koski.
Present.
Mr. Radke.
Present.
Mrs. Schmidt.
Present.
Mr. Yanes.
Here.
Mayor Koch.
Present.
Thank you, Ms. Riska. I just want to make an announcement that Mr. Mayor Taylor is on a family vacation, and that's why he is not here today, and you're going to be having me as Mayor Pro Tem running the meeting. Okay, so thank you. First of all, we are going to have the approval of the agenda. Council, we need approval.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Mrs. Koski?
move to approve the agenda as presented.
Support. Thank you. It has been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Without discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. First item tonight is the report from our Assistant City Manager, Jeff Bohorsky. Mr. Bohorsky.
Thank you. As everybody's aware, anybody that reads newspapers knows that it's a very tight labor market, and the city of Sterling Heights, as an employer of almost 600 full-time employees, 500 full-time employees, there are many, many challenges in recruitment. This is very true in the area of public safety, both our police and fire. So we are constantly on the lookout for innovative ways to not only recruit, but to retain police and firefighters. So one of the creative ideas that we're going to talk about tonight is a sponsorship program that was developed by Chief Wojciechowski and his assistant at the police department. So with your leave, I would like to have Chief Wojciechowski come forward and present the sponsorship program.
Thank you, Mr. Bohorsky, members of council. It is a privilege and honor to be here tonight to talk about our first ever Sterling Heights Police Department Law Enforcement Explorer Police Academy Award. This is brand new. Worked with city administration to get this off the ground, and it was a way to give back to the our Explorer program, which has been a great asset for the city. And it's a financial award given to a police explorer to help pay for the police academy. And a little bit of background about the police explorers and about how we got here. In the 1970s, the city of Sterling Heights Police Department established the Law Enforcement Explorer program in conjunction with Boy Scouts of America to help introduce law enforcement careers to young men and women. Explorers are taught the importance of higher education, self-discipline, and respect for diversity and human dignity through training, involvement in community service projects, and other exploring events. For this very reason, the city of Sterling Heights has decided to invest further in youth that participate in this program by establishing a $5,000 award to an explorer that is planning on attending a regional police academy. The award is a merit-based financial reward of $5,000, a one-time disbursement to a regional police academy to the selected explorers. Who is eligible for the award? Any explorer that's in good standing, has been a member of the program for at least 2 consecutive years, holds the rank of sergeant or higher, has completed at least 100 hours of community service, and has at least 50 college credit hours by the time they start the academy. And what's the selection process? It's pretty easy. Candidates will be evaluated according to their academic record, their leadership ability, extracurricular activities, application, and an essay that they're required to write. So without further delay, our first ever award winner is Myrna DeGillian. Come on up, Myrna. It's my honor and privilege to award Myrna DeGillian, I keep on saying DeGillian, DeGillian, the first ever Sterling Heights Police Law Enforcement Explorer Police Academy Award. Myrna joined our Explorer post at the tender age of 14 years old. She's only 19 now. I know she looks young. She quickly rose through the ranks and has been the chief of our Explorer post for the last 4 years. Myrna will share her life story and her incredible diverse background with you in just a moment, but I want to point out how proud we are of Myrna and her accomplishments. Myrna attended Sterling Heights High School and was dual enrolled starting her junior year with Macomb Community College, already finishing 30 college credits by the time she graduated from Sterling Heights High School. While at Sterling Heights High, she participated on the basketball team, the swim team, the tennis team, and she played flute in the marching band. Myrna also gives back to her community and teaches catechism at her local church. Myrna has logged hundreds of volunteer hours with the city through various events, including National Night Out, the Polish Festival, Shop with a Cop, charity softball games at Jimmy John Stadium, the Memorial Day Parade, and Sterling Fest. I had a chance to sit down with Myrna, and she shared with me her family's journey from Iraq to Syria to Turkey, and finally to the United States in search of a better life. And they found it right here in Sterling Heights. It's a really incredible story. I spent about a half hour today with her in the office telling me the whole background, how the family got here to Sterling Heights. Really absolutely amazing that she is here and doing so incredibly well. We're also so incredibly proud of Myrna and the time she's devoted to the Sterling Heights Police Explorer program. I'm also very thankful for Captain Hopper and Sergeant Susala for running the Explorer program for so many years, and Police Explorer Advisor Officer Andre Basin for working with all of our young people that are in the Explorer program and being positive role models, mentors, and teaching our young people how important the job of police officer is in society. I'd also like to sincerely thank the City Council for your unwavering support of the Police Explorer program over the years and this new financial award to help send a deserving candidate to the Police Academy. I can't think of a better person to receive this inaugural award than Myrna. Myrna is currently working as a technical secretary at the Police Records Department, and she plans on attending the Macomb Police Academy in the fall. We then hope to see her in a Sterling Heights police uniform in the near future. With that, congratulations, Myrna, and I have a little certificate for you. There you go. Congratulations. Yes.
Good evening, City Council. I'm honored to be here today. My name is Myrna DeKillian. I'm currently 19 years old and pursuing my criminal justice and law enforcement degrees. Since I was a young girl, I had a vast interest in the criminal justice system and knew that I wanted to pursue a career in the field. For a long time, I was unable to express the true reason as to why this career path has lit such a fire within me. When I decided to give the Explorer program a chance, all the pieces to that answer began to gradually come together. At the age of 14, I attended my first meeting, which sparked an interest of police work in me. I was ready to quit the program due to being the youngest and feeling lost within the crowd. Instead, I was advised to give it another chance and see where it takes me. Over the past 5 years, the Explorer program and the department have given me the opportunities and experiences of a lifetime. Earning the privilege of doing ride-alongs is what truly opened my eyes to the nature of police work and what we can make out of it. Coming from a country where safety was not an expectation but a miracle has put me in a different position than others. Sterling Heights is a community that is shared by many from all over the world. Many of those people have been in the exact position as my family and I, fearing for our lives and safety to the point of leaving the place we called home to escape what was awaiting us. Living in a country where the criminal justice system is overwhelmingly corrupt does not make its people feel any safer. Instead, they fear those who are meant to protect and serve. As an immigrant, I wanted better for my family and those who have gone through similar experiences. While on patrol with officers, I have had opportunities to use my background to help others. I have translated in Arabic and Chaldean on multiple occasions in order to help those with a language barrier to get the interaction they needed with the police. Those moments are what made me realize why I wanted to do this in the first place, to give the community a true sense of safety and knowing they are heard. In today's climate of policing, it is important to provide the community we serve with the best interaction possible. Officers show up for people during some of their most stressful and difficult times. Those are the moments when we can shed some light on those who are struggling and help those that have made the wrong decisions. I have always been interested in working for a department that emphasizes community-based policing due to all the positive results it provides. Alongside community policing, it's important for such a diverse community to feel represented by the people serving it. I am choosing this career path to be an impactful addition to the community I serve and pave the way for others to do the same. I would like to thank my family, Chief Dwojakowski, Captain Hopper, and Sergeant Susala for their continued support. Having officers as advisors has made the biggest impact on the Explorer program. Their continuous hard work and effort is what we all aspire to reach someday. With that being said, I would like to thank my biggest inspiration, Officer Basin, not only for being a great advisor, mentor, and supporter, but also for showing me the kind of officer I hope to be. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Council, does anyone want to make a comment?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes,
I'm not
Mrs.
sure I can
Schmidt.
get through this.
I know.
Chief, you couldn't have made a better choice. Myrna, kudos to you and all of your accomplishments at such a young age. We're proud of you. We want to have you back. So do what you have to do and come on back. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Radke?
Thank you, Mrs. Sarowski. Myrna is not only my neighbor, she's going to make a great police officer here in Sterling Heights. We're going to be proud to have her, and I think it shows just how much effort we've put into the Police Explorers, but also that we are really making young citizens that are going to be great at whatever they do. If they choose a career in the police, we're going to be honored to have them here. If they want something else, we're turning out people who I think we should all be proud of. And I think it's a really good reflection of our department and the people that you have picked to run the Explorers. So they should all be commended. That's all I have, Mrs. Sarowski.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Mrs. Zarko.
Thank you. Well, first of all, Myrna, thank you for volunteering, for being an explorer. That's the first thing, because you've given a lot of time to that. But congratulations on the scholarship. And after listening to you today, I know that someday there's going to be another student standing at that podium using you as an example of what they want to be someday. So congratulations and keep up the good work.
Yes, Mrs. Koski.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Myrna, I am so proud of you. I have told the chief, this is how we get our police officers. We get them into the Explorer program, then we mentor them and we teach them, and we create our own police officers, the Sterling Heights kind. And aren't you chief of the Explorers now?
Yes, I am.
Careful, Dale.
Watch your back.
I would love to see you as our chief of police someday, so congratulations. I am very, very proud of you, and I know your parents are too. Thank you.
Mr. Yenes?
Sure. Be happy to. Myrna, not everybody wants to wear the uniform, police, fire, what have you, nowadays. Your background, the fact that you overcame your own doubts shows great intestinal fortitude. As the chief pointed out, the path that you took to even get here is amazing. A lot of people wouldn't have even gotten this far, and you have. And you should be so proud. Your parents should be so proud. Your community should be so proud of what you've achieved so far. And I know there is no doubt that you will achieve future greatness as we go through this. And I do look forward to having you as one of our police officers in the very near future. Thank you so much for your hard work.
Yeah, well, thank you, Council. And Myrna, I too have great pride in just hearing what you've done and what I know you will achieve. It's wonderful to see young women, young men as well, but young women really striving for this. It's a tough job, I know you know that. But this is a job that I'm very confident you will do well, and you will do great things. I'm speaking from a law enforcement family. My son is a military police officer in the Marine Corps, and we are very proud of him, but I also know just what that takes, and you have it. And I look forward to having you on our team. So congratulations where you are now, and we'll see you back in a couple of years here. So thank you very much. Okay. And thank you. And I believe we still have more on our report. Mr. Bohorsky?
Thank you. So on the economic development front, I am pleased to report that the National Advanced Mobility Consortium, better known as NAMC, is expanding its footprint at our Velocity Center. Now, you may wonder, why is that important? Well, NAMC is the preferred, proven source of ground vehicle, automotive, and intelligence systems technology for the U.S. military. Based in Ann Arbor, the organization has a long history of supporting members in creating technology to improve conditions for those on the front lines. NAMC has more than 500 member organizations, including academia, nonprofits, defense contractors, small businesses, and non-traditional defense contractors. This membership dedicates itself to the development of manned and unmanned advanced mobility systems for military. NAMC focuses on providing the membership with access to innovative projects being managed by the United States Army Combat Capabilities Development Command Ground Vehicle Systems located at the Detroit Arsenal. So this is just another organization that has chosen to base its operations at Velocity, and it adds a lot of, since we're so close to so many military assets in the area, it's a great location, and we're very happy to have them. For those who don't know, Velocity is our 43,000 square foot business incubator and co-working space. It's located at 6633 18 Mile Road in Sterling Heights. It's one of 21 smart zones in the state of Michigan. And last, Mayor Pro Tem, on my report is a reminder that the annual cultural exchange is this Friday, February 24th from 6 to 10, and that will be held at the Community Center at 4250 Dodge Park Road. The public is encouraged to attend this free event. So for those not familiar, the Culture Exchange offers a wide array of ethnic music, dance, desserts, light appetizers from 18 restaurateurs and over 55 educational tables and displays. Good time will be had by all. So Mayor Pro Tem, that concludes my report.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Bohorsky. And next up on our agenda tonight is the consent agenda. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on the consent agenda? Yes, come on up, Bob.
Myrna's going to be a tough act to follow. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, Mr. Bohorsky. On March 6th, the Sterling Heights Drug-Free Coalition will be hosting its annual event, Black Balloon Day, at Christ Lutheran Church off of Canal at 6 p.m. This is an important event that gives friends and family members who have lost someone a chance to get together and celebrate the lives of those that they have lost to this terrible disease of addiction. In 2021, 106,000 Americans died due to drug overdose. This number is only increasing each year. Fentanyl-related deaths since 2015 have multiplied by 7.5 times. This is a growing crisis that I think touches just about everyone at this point. At Black Balloon Day, we don't actually release balloons into the air. It's about pausing and taking time to remember those that we have lost. It's a real touching ceremony. If anyone hasn't been there, it's I cover every event in the community, it seems like, and it's a very powerful event. I don't know what else I could say. It's very touching and very emotional. Also that evening, though, if you can't make it to Black Balloon Event Day, the halo on Hall Road, we cannot light that black because that doesn't make sense, but it will be colored purple, which is the color of overdose awareness. So you can be on the lookout for that on Hall Road. If anyone wants to get involved with the Drug-Free Coalition, we meet the second Monday of every month at 5:30 p.m. at the Sterling Heights Police Department. And I hope to see everyone else at Black Balloon Day, and that's again March 6th at, sorry, I'm not a good speaker, Christ Lutheran Church off of Canal Road. Thank you.
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
At 6 p.m. Yes, thank you so much. Anyone else in the audience would like to speak on anything on the consent agenda? If not, it's, council, we need a motion.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Mrs. Koski?
move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been moved and supported with no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Very good. Okay, so let's go on to the next item, which is an item of consideration. Let me get to where we're going here, and this is the consideration item. There are 2 vacancies on the Community Alliance due to the resignation of members Nicole Caruso and Tim Dapple. Filling these vacancies does not require the 2-step nomination and appointment process mandated by the government body rule of the Procedure 23. We have 2 openings. One is for a partial term ending on 6/30/2024, and the other is for a partial term ending on 6/30/2025. Council, do we have, oh, I'm sorry. Anyone in the audience want to make any, have anything, they want to speak on any of these appointments? Okay, hearing nothing, We'll move to council. Council, anyone want to make any appointments?
Mrs. Sarowski.
Yes, Mr. Radke.
Resolve to appoint Connie Macheski to the Community Alliance to a term ending June 30th, 2025, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Charter subsection 4.03 and taking the oath of office within 2 weeks.
It has been moved. Is there any support? There is no support for this. Motion fails. Okay.
Ma-
Is there any other appointments?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, Mr. Yanas.
resolve to appoint Michael Mazer to the Community Alliance to the term ending June 30, 2025, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Charter 4.03 and taking the oath of office within 2 weeks.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Mr. Yanas, any comments?
I know Mr. Mazer. I've known him for several years now. He's an attorney. He is, lives here in the southeast section of Sterling Heights. He's been involved in the community, and I think he'd make a great addition to the Alliance.
Okay, very good. Any other comments, council? Okay, thank you. So it has been moved and supported with some discussion. We need to take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. I know.
Mayor
right.
Pro Tem Sarowski.
Yes, we have one more. Mrs. Schmidt?
Resolve to appoint Sandy Delavano Marchi to the Community Alliance to a term ending June 30th, 2025, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Charter 4.03 and taking the oath of office within 2 weeks.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Mrs. Schmidt, any comments?
I sure do, thank you. I am very familiar with Mrs. Marchi. She's very active in the community. She's also a professor in the social work department down at Wayne State and is very connected with different populations, so I think she would be a great asset to this board.
I'm sorry,
Clarify the
Mr.
motion. It's for the wrong year.
It was for the wrong, I'm sorry, Mrs. Schmidt.
Oh, I'm sorry, did Mr. Yanas do the 20,
Correct.
okay, I'm
You need
sorry,
to amend it for the year of 2025.
2024.
2024, correct.
Okay, so I amend my motion to a term ending June 30th, 2024.
Okay, it's been moved and supported with discussion. Any further discussion, council?
Yes, Mrs. Sarowski.
Yes, go right ahead.
You know, I recommended Connie Macheski because she is a volunteer with the Drug Free Coalition and because she was recommended by the liaison. But more than that, her and her husband is the chairman of the Oakland County Boys Home. And they both volunteer in the community extensively. I didn't know that we were going to go in a different direction today, but I find it very frustrating because Connie comes to a lot of events and she's very active. That's all I have, Mrs. Sarowski.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Radke. So we have had discussion. It has been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
One no. Six ayes. 5 ayes, excuse me. Motion carries. And we can now move on to reports from city administration. I'm sorry?
Communications from citizens.
Communications from citizens, I'm so sorry. Any communications from citizens? You may come up and speak on anything not related to anything on the agenda. Anyone in the audience have anything they'd like to come up and speak on? Yes, ma'am, come on up. Yes, please.
Good evening. My name is Danielle Johnson. I live at, excuse me, I'm nervous, Palmer Ward North condominiums. A couple weeks ago, I was at the park with my dog, sitting outside the park. And I saw this lady. She had like a 3-year-old, and a gentleman was with her. And the gentleman and the little girl walked away, and I saw the lady on the phone. And I was just sitting out there, you know, I was feeling under the weather, so my dogs had the windows down so they can get some air. And about 5 minutes later, the police came up to me, and he said, what are you doing? Give me your phone. You taking pictures of kids? I'm like, excuse me? So I gave him my phone. He looked at my phone, and he said, dogs. That's all I had was dog pictures. And so I'm trying to figure out why would she call the police on me? And there was no kids at the park. It was just her and the little girl and the guy. And so I'm just looking like puzzled, like what's going on. So he asked for my driver's license. I gave it to him. And so he's like, it's a nice day. Why are you not walking? You should be walking. I'm like, I don't feel like walking. My dogs is just getting some air. And I was kind of like under the weather. So that's why I wasn't out walking. And so I'm trying to figure out why was the police called on me. And that was very uncomfortable. I'm sitting at the restroom. I was the only car there. And another cop came up, and they kind of blocked me in the circle. So I kind of squeezed out the circle, and I saw one of the friends, that I always see when I'm walking the dog. She has some dog. So we was talking, and she took her camera out, took pictures of my dogs, and then we waved by. And they still sitting there, so I'm trying to figure out why I'm being singled out at the park. And now I'm afraid to go to the park and take my dogs to get exercise.
Okay, I know that you've never probably been to our meetings before, and I'm so sorry this happened to you, but we don't have normally a back and forth discussion, but what I do want you to do is if you could give your information to Mrs. Riska, we will get back to you with that we will have a discussion with you. I want to get your information. I want to see if we can pull a report and see if there's any report that was made with your name and information by our police officers and see what we can get your information and talk to you about it. I will have our city manager or our assistant city manager get with you, and we'll have that discussion because it sounds like it was very upsetting. I would be upset if that happened to me, so we will want to have that discussion with you and see if we can get you any information, hon.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Anyone else from the audience like to come up and have any comments tonight? Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close this portion of our meeting and go on to reports from city administration and city council. Mr. Bohorsky, is there anything else tonight?
Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski, I have nothing to add for the meeting.
Okay, very good. Mr. Koszybski?
Nothing tonight, Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, very good. Council, comments?
Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski, yes,
we'll
thank
start
you.
with Mrs.
Through the chair to Mrs. Riska, I think she wants to talk about the passport week, and I'd like to give her an opportunity to do that.
Well, we will give her that opportunity. Mrs. Riska, we'll give you the floor.
Hi, well, thank you. I just wanted to note that the week of March 6th through the 11th, we are hosting a passport walk-in week. And what that means is ordinarily, people have to make appointments to come and get their passport accepted by our facility. And this week, no appointment is necessary. We do have late hours on Monday and Wednesday, and we also are open on Saturday from 10 to 3, I believe. So we encourage anybody who needs a passport to come and visit us. For those that need to renew their passport, we do offer photos, and we will also look over your paperwork for you to make sure that everything's in order before you send it in. And this is open to not only Sterling Heights residents, but any citizens in the area can come and visit us. And that, again, is March 6th through 11th is our passport walk-in week. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Mrs. Riska. Thank you, Mrs. Yarko. Is there anything else that you want to add
I'm
other
good.
than that?
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Council, any other? Mr. Radke?
Thank you, Mrs. Sarowski. We received in our packets this week reports on reducing parking, or possibility of reducing parking minimums and beekeeping. I felt the reports were very short. I would ask without objection that Giffords Webster, who I believe prepared both reports, come and give us a presentation on them so we can ask questions and possibly gather more information. Without objection, Mrs. Sarowski.
Any council members have objections? I agree. I think that would be a great opportunity to ask any questions. So, Mr. Bohorsky, do you have everything you need on that?
If I may ask, Mr. Radke, do you have a meeting in particular you'd like?
No, I'll leave it to you
Okay.
to schedule it.
All right, so
In the near future, hopefully.
Yeah, so why don't we look maybe March 21st? Would that
Okay,
work for
that works.
everybody?
Okay, very good. Council, I'm sorry, you're still going?
Sure. Is there anything else? I guess we're going to have a winter storm tomorrow, so I hope everyone is prepared for one of our lovely February to March snowstorms. But other than that, that's all I have, Mrs. Sarowski.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Radke. Council, any others? Mrs. Schmidt? No, I thought you were looking kind of preparing, so. Nobody else? Okay, so I guess I will just end this with, thank you all for coming. Thank you, and those are in the audience. And then just to remind everyone again that it is the cultural exchange. It is on Friday. And we are going to have that in the community center. I was going to say cafeteria, which is not going to help us at all. Community center across the street over on Dodge Park there. It is a wonderful event. It is free to the public. And it is just full of food and music and opportunities to meet your neighbors and see your neighbors that you do know, some that you don't know, you can meet new ones. It's excellent, fun time, one of our best events of the city. You'll get to see us as city council people serving you food and just get to talk to everybody that you may want to in the city. So please come to enjoy yourselves. It will be a fun event. It's from 6 to 10-ish, and it will be a great time. And great time will be had by all. You can get to see some Irish dancers, some different ethnic dancers, all sorts of things. So again, hope to see you there. I'm sorry? It's free. I did say it was free. Yes, it's free. It's free, free, free. So best kind of cost. So hope to see you all there, and thank you all. And without further ado,
I move.
council?
Move to the-
Yes, I was going to say, council, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support. Thank you, council. With no further actions, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Support? Or aye, opposed? And it is, council, we have it, close the meeting. Have a nice time.